Ravel's ember gaze falls on Con, then slides off to lock with your eyes again. Speak what he means to you and say it true, or blanketing my garden he will be. Ooh! I hate him. He is silent on many things, I don't trust him yet, he's useful, nothing more. No, I think we've, bonded with Con enough. He is my ally, I know him. He is my friend. Ah! Ravel nods, then she smiles again, her talons tapping against each other. Does that surprise you? What of the skull? Ravel doesn't even bother to look at Mort. Surely he matters not to one such as you, or does he? I like him, he's my friend. Curious her? Ravel smiles, quite the puzzle box you are shaping up to be. What else lurks in the dark places of your mind? I hide nothing. Ah, Ravel's voice takes on a threatening weight. She turns to fall from grace, her red eyes blazing. And here is the core of it, the abyssal temptress. Does she rise above the merely carnal to you, or is she something else in your eye? Grace says nothing, she seems to be studying Ravel intently. You are suddenly struck with the feeling Grace is sizing up Ravel for weaknesses. Okay, so she turns back to you, clacking her yellow tusks. Speak, precious man, but have a care where your words fall. I could fall in love with her. Woohoo! Oh dear. So what is she to you, beautiful Ravel? She can't be compared to your looks, your intellect, your power. Well, this is a lie, so hopefully this doesn't fuck me over with them. There. Ravel slides her gaze off of you and narrows her eyes at Grace. So if I were to strike her down, snuff her infernal heart, you would not stir. Oh god. I really don't want to say that. I don't want to strike her down, I care nothing for her. It was a lie! Okay, I retract my words. I do not wish her harmed. Contrary man! Ravel's eyes smolder, she turns back to you. You see the veins in her eyes have sharpened. Which thought rattles about in your skull now? I spoke falsely, I knew not what I said. I have said, and I've had enough of death, mine or any other, to last several lifetimes. Slides her gaze off you, narrow eyes at Grace. Look. Oh god, so what's this? Anna again. Ah, Christ. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Should I just do it again? Only you hold meaning to me, no other. So it's basically the same. You retract my words, spoke falsely, enough of this, yeah, whatever. My next question is this. Ravel's voice drops, almost whispering, and suddenly you have a strange feeling that she does not want to hear the answer. Why did you wait so long to return to me? Ravel grew lonely without you, precious man. The way to this place is difficult, Ravel. Efforts have been made to ensure you have little company, and many were the trials I was forced to undertake in order to stand before you, yet I am glad to see you once again, Ravel. Time has not dulled your beauty, I see. Yeah, we'll just suck up to her, why not? Your answers. Ravel's eyes glint and her lips peel back in a grotesque smile. Your words are soothing, and have not been heard in such a time. They stir even my black brambled heart. No matter where your memories be, your charm remains, pretty thing. Nay, it is your charms that persist, beautiful Ravel. Of charms, enchantments, beguilements, all these Ravel has mastered. Yet there is much it seems you could teach I. Perhaps, have you another question for me? Ah yes, the third and final question is this. As Ravel opens her mouth to speak her final question, you are suddenly gripped with the terrible realization that this final question has murdered many others to whom it has been asked. You know what it is, and you feel it welling up within you. You feel compelled to ask it, or feel compelled to ask it. What can change the nature of a man? Oh, whoa. Alright dude, no worries.
What can change the nature of a man?
What can change? What could change the nature of a man? I get the feeling this is something where you can answer whatever you want. Alright dude, have fun walking your dog. Okay. I'm trying to think what would really change the nature of somebody. I would say nothing could change, but that's not true. Suffering! And that is your answer. The veins in Ravel's eyes begin to shift slightly, and she gives an evil smile. Be certain before you say. It may not be your answer, but it is my answer. And that is all I wish for, my precious man. Ravel's smile relaxes. A simple answer, and in the end, many other men have I laid low, while they sought my answer. That's it. I thought... Ravel cackles. Countless times has the question been asked, and not once did the pathetic shells who came afore me answered with their answer, but always sought to creep inside my mind and find out what I thought. There is no truth in that. I don't believe you. In fact, I don't think they ever could have answered you true, even if it was true to them. Ravel falls suddenly strangely silent. She is watching you warily. You never cared about any answer other than mine, ever, did you? Yet still you asked the question, knowing that no matter what the answer they gave, they would die by your hand.
Updated my journal.
So she hisses. Of course, your answer was the only one I sought. For you were the only reason I asked the question. Did you ever think I cared for them? Did you think I even cared a fraction of the amount for them that I cared for you, my precious man? Answer me that. And through answering your questions, Ravel, now you'll answer mine. Of course. Ever questions, ever questions. Why did you make me immortal, Ravel? It's what you wanted, seedling, and you asked so sweetly. Now, how could Ravel say no to one such as you? Immortality was your solution and your challenge to me. My solution? But why? I don't know, seedling. Time has chipped away at my memories as well, it would seem. Seem? If you remember, tell me. I'm a curious myself. It must have been something important. Isn't it in the nature of a man to want to live forever? Only if what lies on the other path carries greater pain. Ravel, this is very important. Do you have any idea why I asked you to do it? Death was a thing you needed to dodge. An easy thing to say, mayhap, but to do it is not. Immortality, even with its flaws, was the best solution this withered mind could entangle. Or unentangle. Or untangle. God, I can't read. Yet. So lead is not easily a change to gold, but it is possible. Thought the unwise. Unwise? Ravel, if water can be drawn from blood, mortality can be taken from a mortal. Peeled back like a sticky film. So you pulled it off. The gulf between man and unman is great. You travelled the distance, I provided the means, but you crossed on your own. Ravel slaps her head and rakes her hand through her hair. Bad, Ravel. Mortals are too flawed to be made to last. Still they break. They must be dragged kicking and screaming into an unhealthy new mould. Unhealthy? So the ritual was flawed? Shortcuts must be made, and they can break the moulded. For it is not always the mould that breaks, but the substance poured within it. Force something into a shape it was not meant to be, and it breaks. I thought the material was of stronger stuff, but you have been broken. But I am immortal. Surely that was a success. You have survived long, immortal one, but you have become the prey of the creature that is life. She cups her hands, then reverses it, forming a canopy with her hands. The body is built but a hut for the soul, but now no one dwells in your hut. What went wrong with the ritual? Puzzle fleshed, broken, beautiful mortal man. The ritual was not a finished thing? Ravel's brows wrinkle and her talons pick at her hair, tugging on a lone strand. The ritual gave you what you wanted, but... The ritual gave you what you wanted, but great were the costs. The casting of shadows. The quiet, violent deaths of the mind. And the pain-taking emptiness. These things that are dangerous are in such a fragile vessel. No matter how strong a mortal man, regret them and the ritual do I. Casting of shadows. Ungrateful shades, but ungrateful without cause. The shades, they hate you, Nameless One. For they are fathered by you, your children. Once forsaken, they will never forgive. They will do everything they can to destroy the parent. Such is the way of children. How do I father shades? These shadows. Oh god. Uh-oh. Whoa. Great, so the shadows have entered. So you cast shadows on existence, Nameless One. With every death, a shadow arises fresh from the fields of your flesh. They are wander for a time, but always they return, looking to murder their parent, such as the way of many offspring. Revel purses her lips in disapproval, then suddenly pokes you in the chest with a talon, and thankless young men, such as yourself. Tell me more about this ritual. The ritual gave you what you wanted, but great were the costs. Okay, yeah. So, the quiet violent deaths of the mind? Or violent death of the mind? 1,000 deaths, and you recover from each. Not so the mind. The mind is much more fragile. Its scars run deep and do not heal. The brain is encased in a hard bone shell, difficult to breach, but with no defense against that which eats at it from within. Tell me more about the ritual. So, painstaking emptiness. You have a hole where your mortality once lay within your shell. She makes her hand into a fist and shakes it. Rattle rattle goes the hollow man, a baby's plaything, with naught but a tiny stone that clutters and clanks in your frame. Despite these problems, it seems like the ritual worked.
Dated my journal.
Do you doubt, Ravel? Of course I delivered on what was promised. Not long after the spell drew to a close, I killed you to see if it had worked. You struggled so, but I kept my grip tight and watched you die your first of many deaths. Ravel clacks her teeth. Then was I learned in its flaw. What flaws? Ego enwraps us like a prison. Forgot I did that it oft times serves as a shield. Ravel clicks her tongue. My pretty thing, there is much wisdom and understanding in the truth that life is a preparation for the ultimate goal. Death. Our life is a means by which we learn how to die. If we forget such things... That's when you discovered I lost my memories when I died. Yes, Ravel nods. Unfortunate, without the mortality to hold such memories tight, the shell of body is. So you took my mortality from me. Is it still intact? Ravel seems surprised and alarmed. Yes. Fear not for a broken mortality. If you are here talking to me, or talking at me, intact your mortality must be. Such a thing cannot not be destroyed as long as you exist. You are an anchor of your mortal soul. As long as you are intact, so shall it be. Made to last are you. Ravel smiles and gives a wheezing laugh, for life swallowed you and spit you out. It swallowed him, but I don't know if he came out of that end. Enough of this. Look, Ravel, you took my mortality from me and it has caused more harm than good. I would take it back now. You have had it overlong, I think. Ah, you make a demand. Ravel's black-veined eyes sharpen and twist, taking a disturbing awareness. And she bares her yellow fangs. No. That, Ravel, I will not do. What is undone cannot be done. Ravel, I tire of your word games. No. Why not? Ravel cannot give such a thing to you, my precious man, for Ravel has nothing to give. I never possessed you or your mortality, though I wish to keep them both in my garden as selfish affections. Keepsakes. Trace the patterns of your flesh, but such things Ravel could not bring herself to do. Why not? You loved him. Anna breaks her silence. She sounds astonished. You loved him, you did. Oh. Ravel gives a low, wide smile. Is that so hard for you to believe, fiendling? She cackles softly to herself. Does Ravel being Ravel, and thus a myth, not deserve to carry such a feeling in her black brambled heart? No creature is undeserving of such a feeling, Ravel. Grace speaks softly. The histories do not paint such a compassionate picture of you, however. Shh. The past is past, and histories care little for speaking the truth of it. Ravel frowns, then her voice drops slightly, threateningly, as she studies Grace. The feeling brushed me, yes, and now hold your silvered tongue, abyssal daughter. I need not your soft words to cloud the air here. The man and I shall speak, and you shall bow out of this, and I shall attend to you shortly. Enough, Ravel. If you don't have my mortality, where is it? I don't know, sweet thing. But if I were you, I'd get it back quick. No telling what horrible things someone could do to you if they held your mortality for ransom. Ravel clicks her talons together. It would like be holding someone's sweets, succulent soul, a puppet dancing on someone's strings. Would you be a most sad puppet too? Know where it is, I do not. Well, it would have been too easy for you to know where it could be found. Hold a moment. You say you don't know where my mortality... Oh, you don't know where my mortality is. Do you know someone who does know where it is? So... Ravel smiles horridly, her tusks gleaming. Clever you are. Yes, there is another who might know the things that Ravel does not. Another may know? Who? Ravel's eyes dim, as if she is staring at something in the distance, and her voice slows. A fair-skinned one, must you ask? An angel. A deva. One who soars on the wings of morning, and with his hands is the architect of horizons. He lies beyond my keeping in another cage, in another prison. In his knowing is the knowing of what you wish to know. Ask him your questions, listen to his answers, use them as guides. Where can I find this angel?
My journal.
18,000 XP! Woohoo! In a leaving this prison to another cursed prison will you arrive. Though it may not appear as such to casual glances, step lightly and find the golden link in the ever-shortening chain. The light shall give the dark of the matter, a new path shall open to you. Okay. So there's that. Delightfully cryptic. Though not surprising. Thanks. I had another question. Okay, it's my mortality. Ooh. I have some questions about you, Ravel. Who are you? Where did you come from? Ooh, okay. So, yeah, where did you come from? I, Ravel, am I, a maker and breaker of puzzles, a solver of what cannot be solved, a mind ravelling and unravelling until the threads of thought are tied up like knots in a drunken man's hair. Ravel picks at one of her jagged grey hairs, wrapping it around her finger. It is enough. Enough it is. But what are you? Some have called you a night hag, whatever that is. Night hag. Ravel gives a ghastly smile, her yellow teeth like needles. I am but a woman who has sorely missed her beloved creation. Some have named me crone, grey lady, Yaga sister, night hag, but myself is my name, Ravel. Ravel who puzzles well, providing conundrums to decipher and laying impossibilities low. But... Many things are said about we grey ladies. A race are we night hags, but an individual am I. Some call us evil of old, stalkers of mortal dreams, the kindly ones, ugly, hideous things whose homes lie in the dark places of men's mind. Or minds. Ravel's eyes narrow to reddish sparks, but that means nothing to me. What would one such as you call one such as I, pretty thing? I would call you ugly. I'll just lie. I would call you beautiful, Ravel. Oh shit. Ravel is silent for a moment, then she cackles. Oh, you are a diamond, my precious songbird. You make the centuries worthwhile. How sweetly you sing to these tired ears. I have feasted only on silence, and the slow creep of black barb spreading. Ravel smiles. Yet you lie to me. No, Ravel, I do not. Do you think I care for truths? Deceit is beautiful to me, songbird, and Ravel loves to hear you say such things, she does. Ugly I may be. Ravel, you are not ugly. Yet ugly I need not be, pretty thing. My shape is but water to my will, and I may reweave its fibres to a more pleasing tapestry. Ravel glances at Fall from Grace, then smiles and licks her lips. Yes. Ravel, what?
Nordum has improved.
Whoa! What the fuck? Wait, what? I don't like the sound of that. It sounds like she killed Fall from Grace. So Ravel has melted into Fall from Grace, taking on her demeanour, her features, her clothes. Is this shape more pleasing? Ravel smiles, her teeth now a brilliant perfect white. Their lips with just a hint of red. So cultured and breathtaking. She motions you to come closer. Come, my precious men, my lips do not burn with abyssal torment. Or torments. Lay your lips upon mine. Very well. You touch your lips to Ravel's. Despite her new form, her lips are dry. Like sand. And as your lips touch, you feel a sharp pinprick. Like kissing a row of barbed seeds. You draw back, licking the blood from your lips. Ravel mirrors your gesture, made even more horrifying in her new form. A drop of your blood remains on the edge of her mouth, and she smiles evilly. You bit me. And you bit me so long ago. 'Twas not a kiss then, but a bite to the heart. Ravel smiles. Do not be surprised, my precious man. There is no harm done, except mayhap to the ones you travel with. She chuckles lightly, and you suddenly become aware Grace's and Anna's gaze upon you. Outwardly, Grace seems composed, but you have a strange feeling something has changed between the two of you. Oh dear. Anna's eyes have narrowed to slits, and her tail is flickering dangerously back and forth. Resume your normal shape, Ravel. Whoops. I may have pissed off Anna. You blink and Ravel has twisted back to her original form. A difficult man to please you are. Ha! I wonder why there are no males of our kind. What other shapes have you turned yourself into? Maybe some, maybe none. Ravel seems confused by the question. I've not remembered such. Iveen, mayhap? Neither smarter nor martyr. So many threads and branchings, so many Ravels, always stitching and mending and growing on my forms. Wait, what? She was all of those. Mebeth? You and Mebeth? That may have been one of my names, yes? Ravel looks more confused, her black-veined eyes becoming misty. Names are difficult to remember, her voice becomes faint, like calling across a great distance. Mebeth was kind to me and helped me, Ravel. That means you helped me. I thank you. As you mentioned Mebeth, all the colours seems to bleed out of Ravel's face until she is grey and ashen. Literally, it's like the colour just vanished. And who might ye be? Does your path bring you back to Old Mother's door, child? Yes, it does, Mebeth. I came to learn more of the art. Can you teach me any more? Pa, I am but a midwife, child. Such power as the art commands is much beyond me. I don't think so. I think you may have more to teach me than you may realise. Much more. Then comes a question like an echo. You want to learn the art, you do? Why do you want to learn such a thing? Because I may need it to solve the mystery of who I am. After a moment, Mebeth nods. The art may help, it may not, and you must not rely on it to solve all of your problems. She sighs. Child, it's most likely only going to add another chip to your pile of questions. She leans in close, but if you know, then listen. Listen.
Updated my journal.
90,000! What the fuck? Oh my god. And I got permanent wisdom and charisma, I think. Oh, very nice. Mebeth, Ravel whispers something and you feel different, changed somehow. She told you something horrible, something about how the planes work. But your mind has shut out her words, and you cannot recall them. Just thinking about them sets your heart pounding. Ravel told you something you're not sure anyone was ever meant to know. She is watching you, studying you. What other shapes have you been, Ravel? So, you were... Iveen in the mortuary? So that may have been one of my names. Name is difficult to remember, like calling across a great distance. So in her own way, she helped me. Almost unconsciously, Ravel's hand reaches out for you, and just for a moment you swear they are Iveen's talons. Stand your ground. Ravel's left hand plucks a hair from her head, hooks it around her talons, and lightning-like she jams another talon into the skin near one of your scars. It's barely more than a pinprick, but it looks like she's about to start stitching you up. Let her work.
My journal.
There we are. Ha! This is cool. As it was with Iveen, the sensation is curiously painless, but the thread and stitching seems to be going much deeper, almost inside you, without actually going beyond the surface of the skin. In moments, Ravel's talons draw back, and you feel better, stronger. Ravel mutters in Iveen's voice, "Dumb zombie. What other shapes have you been, Ravel?" You were that balmy seamstress in the buried village, Marta? So Marta was balmy, Ravel. She was not unkind and not unhelpful. If you were her, then you mean me no harm. I thank you. Now here we go. As you say her name, Ravel's face seems to shift. Her blue skin sags, until she's wearing the same sour curd face expression you saw on Marta's face. Come on now, don't be all difficult on Marta. She raises the talon of her index finger like a scalpel and advances upon you. False nasty corpse. Stand your ground. So Ravel's filthy talon jabs into your abdomen, then pulls it brutally downward in a saw-like motion. But there is no pain. You watch as your skin peels slowly back from her touch. No blood issues from the wound. Look at this, Marta, look at this. Let her work. Ravel's free hand digs into your chest where she loops your intestines up like yarn and plucks them from your stomach. As she does, your stomach seals up as if time was going backwards. Marta, Ravel holds up your intestines like a trophy. Pretty, eh, Marta? One shouldn't swallow such a thing, no. Can I have those back, please? I might need them later. Okay, so I got my intestines. Again. She hands you the ropey mess. Despite the freshness, the fluids surrounding your intestines have dried like resin. It feels more like a loop of glazed... Bro, thanks. I'll treasure this always.
Updated my journal.
What the heck? As well he should, shouldn't he, Martyr? Yes, yes he should, Martyr. Powerful magic to be found in the guts of an immortal, yes. Not like teethies, or eyes. Okay. Interesting. What are the forms? What is this place? Rabel gestures around her. Once a maze of lifeless stone it was, featureless, but a black small seed was wound in my hair when I came to this place, and it grew strong among the stone. Flourishing, flourishing, until it ran thick throughout the maze like the unravelling hair of a crone, and so this maze of another becomes my garden. I have some other questions for you. Why were you imprisoned? I tried to help a lady, and kindly, she did not take to it. The Lady of Pain, you tried to help her? My offering was to help... offering of help was unwelcome. I tried to set her free. Sigil is the cage. A city of doors and locks is a prison for her. It must be. Mustn't it be? Why else call the city of Sigil the cage? And who is caged? The lady. A prison so small for one so great. Unjust wrongness. Intolerable to torment a woman thusly. I think I know who should be in a cage. I tried to break the cage. Let the lady go free. She makes a shooing motion, her expression becoming pained as she scatters invisible birds. Shoo shoo, O pained woman. Let Sigil's ring be broken so you might fly far from its filthy streets and the stupid dabbers that dare not speak in words for fear their thought would be overheard. Ravel's hands slowly stop their shooing motion, and she gives a slow sigh. Go on. Before I could finish, I found myself here, and my memories none the better for the trip. Much has slipped away, much forgotten. Yes, it was. Is? Was? Ravel smiles with her yellowed teeth. The dwindling of memory has become a comfort to these old bones. Much have I forgotten. I am fortunate in that I still remember you. Ravel, but why did you try to free the Lady of Pain from Sigil?
Updated my journal.
Ravel's voice drops, almost reprimanding. I resent anyone, even a power, being imprisoned and think that everyone, whether stones, shores, or quiet-bladed ladies, should be free. Some have said more fool I. Why risk such a thing, they said. Oh. Okay. Is that what you were trying to do when I met you so long ago? Yeah, were you trying to set me free? Quite possibly. Possibly quite. Life's chains and fear of death may have gripped too tightly on the man I knew. Knew? Knew then. Ravel picks up one of her jagged grey hairs, rocking it around her finger. No liking for chains and cages does Ravel have. Ah, so I was caged somehow, or chained? It sounds to me as if your memory is stirring, Ravel. Yes. Ravel blinks for a moment, and her black-veined eyes become duller, as if she has been struck with a heavy weapon. Her talon tightens around the grey hair, so tightly it looks like she is about to tear it from her skull. Mayhap you were trapped, but it was no normal cage that held you. Do you have any idea what held me?
Updated my journal.
Ravel looks confused, and her face twists, as if she is fighting an unpleasant thought. I have forgotten. Mayhap a promise? No, no. Her finger tightens around the grey hair, and to your surprise there is a snap, like a twig breaking, and Ravel tears the hair from her head. A trick of black blood worms from beneath her skullcap, and she hisses in anger. Ravel, are you alright? Whoa! No more will I say. Ravel's face wrinkles in pain, the talon covered with the blood-tipped grey hair. Even plucked from her head, it looks jagged and stiff. I do not know, and on no knowing shall I share. She stares down at the grey hair wrapped around her talon, and then she hisses, and flicks it to you. Take this, and leave the past where it lies, half-man. Very well, Ravel. I had some other questions. Ooh! The legends say you are a powerful mage. Can you teach me some of the art? Ravel frowns disapprovingly, her bluish skin turning like a rag. Does Ravel know the art? Is your mind gone away of the mortality? A thing all up and lost? I have forgotten more of the art than you shall. She jabs you with one of her talons. Ever. She jabs you again. No. Can you teach me some of the art then? Ooh. Wait, so Ravel now has her black-veined eyes studying you. Mayhap I could be persuaded by one such as you, though any other would not have such a chance, nor the boon I offer. Are you a rudimentary student in the arts, or am I facing a true A tried, true, and tired... A tired? A tired master. A master in the arts, beautiful Rabel. Flatterer. And yet your words warm me. Rabel's voice changes, alternating in pitch, like someone plucking a stringed instrument. Much have I learned tending this garden, charms and incantations, distilled from the barbs. She begins to hum slightly to herself, rhyming swaying ways of the consonants, constants, and motions that bring the briars to your aid. Listen, the branches will speak of it. Oh, welcome back. I hope you had fun. Yeah, close your eyes. Another 90k! Okay, so I've nearly gotten probably enough XP to level up